Namaskar. I'm Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today, our discussion subject of discussion: why not Bharat is Hindu Rashtra till now? What's problem in this? What's where is the hurdles? Till 2008, Nepal was the only Hindu Rashtra. That Nepal was the only Hindu Rashtra in the world. And at present, if you see the data, the Mauritius, Nepal, and Bharat, where only Hindu is in majority. Otherwise, there are more than 60 countries where Hindus are living and going to majority day by day. That may be the America and Canada, Britain, Russia, Australia, Ukraine, Dakshin Korea, Japan, Dakshin Africa, and Norway, German, Suriname, Mauritius, Holland, and all. So, other than the Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, just Thailand, Bali Island, Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, Macau, Taiwan, Tibet, Bhutan. A large number of Hindus are have been living there, and that place, Sanatan Hinduism is just prospering day by day. Actually, that all were the old days. We see the 500 years back, all the part of the Hindustan, Bharat. And recently, one statement by Swami Nishalanandi, Jagadguru Shankaracharya from the Puri Shankaracharya, Odisha Pithateshwar, he has already made a statement. The new 15 countries are just going to adopt very fast the Hinduism. And other than the Suriname, Guyana, and Trinidad, Tobago, Fiji, all are just going to be dominated by the Hinduism. They're good sign. But what's problem? Where you are just why not we are just already going to adopt it? What's problem? It is already alleged that Modi and BJP want to make Bharat a Hindu state. So if that's so what's wrong? Bharat was a civilization of more than 15 lakhs, 1.5 million years old civilization. Needs no introduction, being the original homeland centering more than 95% of all Hindus in the world and the birthplace of Sanatan Hindu Dharma. Bharat should not be shy to recognize the identity of Hindu nation. Uh, if you see the recent data, that is shame for the all Hindus. But we have to say, at presently, third largest religion world after the Christianity and Islam. But what is the history of Islam? Not more than 1,400 years. And what is the history of Christianity? 2023 years. But we have the more than 15 lakhs here, 1.5 million. But why not we are dominant? What's problem in this? Why only Bharat, Mauritius, Nepal, and other than countries? What about 2025 countries? And now more than 57 countries is Muslim. What is the reason behind it? And why we're not just and how just Hindu is just fragmented in Sikhs and Jain and other than the so many caste? Why? How it has happened? So we'll discuss on the issue today with our esteemed panelist from USA and Spain, Mr. Alok Laharji and Vandana Chinganji. So we start from today. Just welcome Alok Laharji, senior journalist from Spain, and Vandana Ji, the senior journalist and philanthropist from the USA. Always active for the Sanatana Hindu cause from USA more than 30 years and more than about 30 years in Spain and Alok is also living there. Just he have seen and realized the Hinduism, how it is imminent and important for sake of humanity as we believe Vasudev Kutumbakam. Alokji.
Good evening, Kumar Rakesh ji. Thank you for having me on the show. I mean, your question is why India is not a Hindu Rashtra. I think India is a Hindu Rashtra. Only it has been labeled incorrectly. When was India not a Hindu Rashtra? It was always a Hindu Rashtra. So what you're saying is that India is not constitutionally a Hindu Rashtra. Now, they're two different things.
Yeah.
And uh, and constitutionally also, like if you see, the word secular was seeped in to the constitution. It was not there in the original constitution. And if
Yeah.
you see the first page of the Indian constitution, it has the picture of Sri Ram on the first page, right at the header. So obviously, India was always a Hindu Rashtra, and it has never ceased to be a Hindu Rashtra. So the question of when will it become, for me, does not arise. We only have to constitutionally put it. I mean, just for example, what happens in Europe? Most of the European countries, they are all Christian Democrats. This question is embedded into it. It is never asked. Like, let's say we talk about Spain, it is a Catholic country. And you don't even ask that question. I mean, you don't go to the right wing or the left wing and ask that question, are you a Christian Democrat or are you not a Christian Democrat? It is just embedded into the system and nobody
Yeah.
even talks about it. And if we are talking about the liberal democracies, then India is also part and parcel of the democratic world. I mean, just look around you, how many countries are democratic around India? So, in case it is like that, it should be part and parcel of it. But what has happened in the past is that because of vote politics, our definition of secularism is very different from the rest of the world. Our
Yeah.
definition of secularism in India is that it should be anything but the mainstream, which
Okay.
means you don't support the majority religion, but you are kind of defending a particular religion in the name of secularism.
Okay. So I just, you're talking about the secularism. I already my just a word is not coming out properly. The secularism. Just what is we are sick now, mentally sick by the great leader of the country, so-called leader Indira Gandhi, who just imposed the word secular 1976 by a 42nd Amendment. And really, that was not a literally democratic way during the emergency state. And now we are already taught in the tolerating mode since 76 to 2023. No one raised a question in our country. Why? That was not, as you said, that is right, not originally included in our constitution of Bharat when it was all the forefathers was trying to write. Vandanaji, why first, why not just the word secular was going to be deleted? I'm not saying the amended and all. One. Number two, what's problem now? By demographically, geographically, population wise, if you see the demography and geographically, I think more than five, I think USA living in Bharat by population wise. And if you see more than three, Europe, the population wise, living in Bharat. And but what's the problem in this? Please.
Namaskar. The irony is that even after the independence, which happened, which took place on the basis of the Hindus are going to be this side and the Muslims are going to be that side, 1947, we still have to get into this debate and to justify somebody. Isn't it painful, to be honest? It was very clear cut. Like Muslims are going, if they decided to stay here, so live like the way Vandana is living in America, which is a Christian nation, as because if India tomorrow, Bharat is going to be, which is, and I liked that constitutionally, if we just declare this as Bharat being Hindu Rashtra, and the Muslims have a right to live, but they should be claiming themselves to be proud Indian Muslim. But that is where the politics is playing role, because divisive politics means vote bank politics. And when we're talking about like somebody they call iron lady, but the rotten iron is also there, to be honest,
You're
because
right.
you forget
You're right.
that kind of thing. We are still paying the price because nobody had the guts. And it's still, when we're talking about 9 years, means this government, we are seeing so much positive changes and much to be done. Much to be done. India is a very powerful nation right now, Alokji. We cannot deny that. Wherever we accept this leader on a world platform, we all take pride that we come from that Janam Bhumi, which was not there before 2014. We had the previous prime ministers also visiting. We never even knew that they are coming. But now there is a saying, झुकने वाला दुनिया झुकती है, झुकाने वाला चाहिए. It is not about झुकना anymore.
You're right.
It is about like neck to neck, eye to eye contact.
Yeah.
Because you could not be sir. What the hell the sir is to be? Means, and everyone is accepting it, the new paradigm shift, the new world order. But the problem is with the few handful, they are very strong handful living within India, and they are contributing their talent to this Soros-like people, those who are trying to. So we should be coming out very strong. It is the time. If it is not now, then it will never be. Number one, because, and this is a request, you can say, no, not anymore a request. This is a demand from the Sanatani community to all those sages, those who are holding the platforms and doing the Bhagavad Gita prachar and the Ramayana and all. Sorry to say that. I can get Tulsi Ramayana and read it. I don't need. You have to declare. You have to become the part and parcel of it in accepting and letting the people know that what Bharat has been, what Bharat will be known as, there should not be, because this is the responsibility of the sages. Because otherwise, you and me, we are doing our due diligence. Kumar Rakesh pick up this subject as a patrakar, journalist, reporter, like, that we should be discussing. So this is the responsibility of our Sanatan Dharma sons also, that when we are celebrating Shivratri is a parv. We should be celebrating it like that, just like having big statues and showing it to the world. That is not the meaning. We should live according to our Dharma and Sanatan, what it has been written. Thank you.
And there is so many questions. It's time of break, and I will see just a statement of the new, Bhagat Singh, like the revolutionary in the Hindu Dharma, Dhiren K Sastri. Time of break. After that, we'll just listen to what he has recently made the statement, and on the statement we'll also discuss. And there are so many issues, just like how the Pakistan, Bangladesh, and other countries behave with Hindus like anything. So there are so many questions before us. Please stay with us. Welcome after break. Just we are discussing the why not the Bharat is now this Hindu Rashtra now is still now. Why it should not be? What's the reason behind it? What is the hurdles? All things. Just we are discussing the first part now. You will see the recent statement of Dhiren K Sastri of Bageshwar Sarkar called the Bageshwar Dham, and just he started Yajna for the 7 days continuously for Hindu Rashtra, and all Hindu leaders are just assembling there, and just see the first, watch the statement, then after that we'll discuss on it.
महाराज जी, गोरीलाल कुंज वाले महाराज जी, बद्रीनाथ वाले महाराज जी, लंदन से हमारे बड़े भैया राज राजेश्वर महाराज जी, पूज्य श्री संजीव कृष्ण ठाकुर जी, और ब्राह्मणों के बड़े ही मानने वाले और समूचे भारतवर्ष में एक अलग लाइन खींचने वाले सनातन की हमारे बड़े ही प्रिय श्री अनिरुद्धाचार्य जी महाराज जी भी, पूज्य आचार्य श्री अनिरुद्धाचार्य जी महाराज जी पधारे। राजपीठ से भी
credit goes to the ANI, whatever the footage you are using.
आप सब पधारे और भारत हिंदू राष्ट्र बनेगा। ये विदेश प्रिंस चार्ल्स के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव आए हैं। ये वैसे ईसाई हैं लेकिन सनातन को मानते हैं। इसका मतलब ये है कि विदेशी भी चाहते हैं कि एक राष्ट्र तो ऐसा हो जहां हिंदुत्व के साथ, गौरव के साथ, जातिवाद को अलग रख के हम कह सकें कि हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं। हिंदुस्तान का मतलब का हिंदुओं का स्थान ही हिंदुस्तान है। इसलिए हमारा ये मांग सरकार से नहीं है, अपने इष्ट से और संतों के चरणों से प्रार्थना है, और कोई अगर सपोर्ट करता है तो स्वागत।
Just you listen the statement of Mr. Sri Dhirendra Shastri ji, and just this is a very special. The representative of Prince Charles, not Prince Charles, which is King Charles now. Whatever he said, the Prince Charles. Now he is king now. He is already after the 8th September when Queen was no more. So now he is king now. But his representative already there, so we can understand the mentality of the world now. Alokji, just we can understand the psyche as you already discussed. Bandana just shared the view. A time has come now. So that is we can just see the read the between the lines 9/11, how the Muslim is going to dominate the UK, how the already just Belgium, France, Germany, all are just going to be just scared with this person, with this theory, with the Islam and all. Do you think so? I think something is going to be serious now. As world politics as for the Hindu politics.
Who is the where is the question directed at, Vandana ji, or you asking me?
Alok ji, then Vandana ji. Same
Okay.
question, both of you. Yeah.
All right. Now, if we start, let's say, from the end of Europe, or even if we cross the Atlantic and we go to North America, and you've also mentioned that most of the countries which are existing, they are either Christian countries or they are Islamic countries. And the only existing country which can be called, a pagan country, starting from the whole landmass which is Europe till is India. And this is a different kind of looking at at the world. We have our own worldview, we have our own methodology, and Hinduism is so different from the other religion because it doesn't have one particular prophet which just started it, doesn't have one book. So we all know about all those things. So don't you think it is important to conserve this kind of a thought so that we just don't have a binary thought, but we have a thought which is like different colors are given to everything. So I think all the different religions of the world should be conserved, and there should be countries which could be Buddhist countries, or they could be countries like Muslim and Christian countries. So why can't there be a Hindu country? I don't see anything wrong with this. Now the question is, when is it going to happen? This is it's a very difficult question to answer because I don't know when exactly it is going to happen. But there was some discussions going on, and in Goa also since 2012, there has been an organization near Goa. There is a small village. I think I remember it correctly. It is the Bodo village where they do all these meetings, and they are working towards naming India a Hindu Rashtra. But as I said, like the basic hurdle into India becoming a Hindu Rashtra is strangely the very people who made India a country different from Pakistan, which means Congress was seen as the party which represented the Hindus, and then Jinnah was the person who was seen as the representative was the Muslim Pakistan. But what happened after the partition was that the concept of secularism which comes up, it is a very Nehruvian kind of a secularism which came up, and which is not even secular. Like that's his own concept of secularism. Why I'm saying
No,
this?
Alok, we are going to a different direction. Secularism is a different way. Hinduism is a different way, and Sanatan Hinduism is a long history.
No, definitely.
History-wise, demography-wise, geography-wise, fact-wise.
What I'm saying, what are the hurdles in India becoming a Hindu Rashtra? So first of all, the problem is that this is the only land where you have different code bills for different religions.
That's
so
okay.
What you're doing is
So just my question to Vandana ji, what Alok ji said, Vandana ji, there are hurdles to how the secularism is, different code bills are there. Do you think the common civil code, whatever announced by the Home Minister of Bharat, Amit Shah, and the Law Minister Kiran Rijiju recently will go and come with the new, with the new uh, uh, with Common Civil Code (CCC), and I think all problems will be solved. Do you think after CCC, most of the problems will be solved, and Bharat will be soon the Hindu Rashtra?
See,
This last question.
your question, what will happen in the future? You
No, no.
still,
Alok ji is saying that hurdles is, I think, different code bills. One hurdles is the
because
secular mode.
what
Yeah.
he's trying to say when you're talking about the secular, so this itself is not even a secular nation, to be honest, because
Yeah.
the word, just by adding, I just told you there was like, just adding it, but when it comes on the implement, and if it is secular, like in a true sense, to be honest, it is not. Why do you have means different laws? Means you have Muslim personal law, then you have for the Hindu Marriage Act, then it should be one nation, one law. Why not? Huh? And
That's
then
good.
because
One nation, one law is imminent. That should be done as you think it.
it should be, because when you're talking about, so then coming back to our original subject, Hindu Rashtra, I'm just saying, I just mentioned it
Yeah.
to you. And
So,
even
so
so, Alok,
I got your point. So there is no evidence that a secular ethos of the country is threatened if the Bharat is declared a Hindu state. I'm right.
yeah, absolutely not. Because
So
what
all
is
faiths have
what
to
is a
flourish in
threat that
Bharat,
Vandana is
including the
having and living
Parsi,
in
Jain.
America? No,
Yeah.
tell me, what is the threat Vandana living in America? What is
Yeah.
the threat that there is somebody named Afzal or Muhammad living in America? They are living as American Muslims, like,
Yeah.
I would like to add one thing here. Like secularism is inherent into Hindu thought. Like just look around. We had Pakistan. The day it ceased to be a Hindu country, where are the rest of the religions gone? Like they are
No,
persecuted and they have been
that's a
eliminated.
point. That's
Similar
point,
thing is also
Alokji.
happening in
That's a
Bangladesh.
repeating. That's a repeating my point. Is there is no evidence that the secular ethos of the country, whatever just already imposed on us, is threatened if the Bharat is declared a Hindu state. All
No,
faith
India is secular
has
because
flourished in
it's
Bharat,
a Hindu
including
majority country.
Parsis, Jain, Sikhs, Muslim, Zoroastrian, because Hindu are not intolerant toward the other religion.
Exactly.
That is the main thing. That is main thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Please,
So
Vandana,
what I'm
Vandana.
saying is that
because
Last
it
if
is
you are
not
living in Bharat,
Yeah.
live like a Bharatiya. If you
Yeah.
are living like in India, live like Indian. But that's not happening, because this is where the fundament. I live in America and I'm an American. And then I say I am Hindu American, but I am an American. So that is where we see the problem. But here it comes very totally different, because when we're
Yeah.
talking about Sabka Saath, it cannot be only just giving. It has to,
Yeah.
every right has a duty too. When we
Yeah.
talk about prayas, then prayas has to be everybody's prayas, not the selective people
There
are
is
doing prayas and
two-way system
everybody.
is important. Two-way system is
Absolutely.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right. So nice of you. The two-way system is important. Just we are intolerant, not whatever they are claiming to be. And I think there is no problem if the Bharat is going to be the Hindu Rashtra. I think no should be, because all are just equality. Equality is a mode of the constitutions also, but there is demand for the different sections. Many amendments is important, or rewrite of the constitution of Bharat is very important, imminent in the present circumstances for our Hindu Rashtra, as we think. So nice of you just to participate in this important and so useful discussion. We'll continue discussion and in future also. So nice of you. Always stay with us, and Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.